All right, guys. Welcome back to the Vegas Guys Locker Room. I'm your host, Jesse. I am here with the one and only.
It's Lee.
He loves it, man. He loves it. That's his
signature, man.
That's his signature move. Are you really going to do this standing up again?
Yeah. Bring the sexy back.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back to the show. Last time we were on, we did Fat or Fact with our wide receivers, numbers 6 through 10. We are going to finish that up with numbers 1 through 5 today. So, what else is new, man? You liking this list of names we got here?
Yeah. I mean, it's actually pretty. I'm kind of surprised with the number 5.
Yeah, number 5 is, of course, Mr. C.D. Lamb.
Yeah. I mean, I know he had a good season, but I didn't think it was this good.
I think the second half of the season he really kind of took off. I think they got him more involved. I know that was the biggest thing with him, that they weren't utilizing him much in the first part of the season. He really kind of got his own in the second half. But yeah, Dak really hooked up with him later on in the season.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I mean, touchdown wise too, he didn't have too much until towards the second half of the season.
What was his overall touchdown total?
Looks like 9.
9?
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. But I know at the beginning part of the season, he wasn't getting any end zone looks.
No.
So I'm kind of curious because it is his final year of his rookie deal. His fifth, that $2.5 million, his 5th-year option. I don't know if they've exercised that yet, but that'll boost him up to 19.7. So I'm curious to see how they operate with this salary cap and how they're going to move forward. Are they working on a new deal this year to kind of space out that salary cap hit? Because I know they've got some guys on their salary that they need to keep down. Zeke is making big money. Dak is making huge money. You're trying to keep that offensive line intact. The defensive guys are going to start getting paid here soon.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they got some key players over there.
It's going to be interesting to see. And with C.D. Lamb, I'm never sold on him. I don't know if he can do it by himself. I don't know if he can be a solo number one. I think he needs a partner in crime over there.
Well, there's going to be a lot of receivers out there, I think, coming up. So,
well, what do you think about the rest of them? Do you think the rest of the Dallas Cowboy receivers can hold up? Do you think they bring back anybody, or do you think they go fishing for some new blood?
I think they should go fishing for some new blood. Yeah.
If they do that, I mean, if they go out and say they get somebody in free agency, I'm curious. They're going to have to get somebody that's going to draw attention, because I don't know if C.D. Lamb can carry that whole thing by himself.
And it looks like there's multiple teams out there that has number 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
So
those are your prolific passing offenses. Always have a 1-2 punch.
And I mean, that could be great, but
I'm curious to see how Dak does. I mean, I think if you give him another weapon, I think they had it with Amari Cooper, and then with the salary cap reasons, they had to cut that out.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens with C.D. Lamb.
Cooper was there. That's when C.D. shined also, right?
Yeah, C.D. shined.
So to keep them as him being the number one.
Yeah, because Cooper kind of took away a lot of the attention, so people kind of left C.D. Lamb alone. This year, early on in the year, you didn't have that 1-2 punch. People were just taking C.D. Lamb out of the entire equation.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of his chances next year of being a top 10 receiver?
Just like you were saying, if they do bring somebody or somebody else that's in there already that's stepping up to be a top 2 next to him, I think he might have a good chance. That's a good team. I mean, they're up there. They're not the team, but that team is up there where they could go somewhere. They have a lot of key talents over there still. So
okay, let me ask you this then. Let's see. You got. Who would you rather have, C.D. Lamb or Devontae Smith? On your fantasy team, who would you rather draft, Devontae Smith or C.D. Lamb?
Well, Devontae Smith, but
no buts. It's a one-way answer. All right, here's another one. Would you have C.D. Lamb or Jamar Chase?
Oh, Jamar Chase.
And Jamar Chase is not in the top 10.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So I think C.D. Lamb is one of those victim of circumstances. I think he benefited from the circumstances going on in Dallas where there was no other targets.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with he's a fad. I don't think he's back in the top 10 next year.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I believe fad also because I'm surprised that he's top 5. But when I'm looking at his stats, I mean, it shows that he's good. But just like you're just saying, he's the only target there. So
What was his last 5 games? His last 5 games, what did he finish wide receiver as?
last 5 games started off with 51, then dropped to 12, 1, 7, 15. So he did good the last 5 games. Last 4 games.
So he's a solid middle of the pack guy. I mean,
Yes.
he'll have burst games, but I don't see consistent top 10.
Mm. There, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's quite a few that didn't make it.
That didn't make this. That didn't
Yeah.
make this list.
Yeah.
That I think are better receiving options as
Yes.
far as fantasy wise.
Yes.
All right. So we both agree. I think Fad for CD Lamb. Hey, maybe he'll prove us wrong. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're right. We don't know. But that's our feeling. That's our take on it right now. But we're going to move on to number 4. This one, you've got some personal investment because this is the man you thought was going to be number 1, Mr. Stephon Diggs.
Diggs. Yeah.
Diggs finishes out number 4. Listen, he's 30 years old now. He's on
Still
that,
got it, man.
Yeah, he's got some years left on his contract, so they don't have to worry about that.
Mhm.
He is his contract isn't too unfriendly. I think he makes $7.9 million a year the way they've structured that deal. He got that, what was it, a couple years ago when he moved over. He got
Yeah.
that 4-year, $96 million deal. So he's still got some time, but he is getting up there, 30 years old. I'm not sure when his birthday. I don't know if he'll be 31 before the season starts. This is about the time people start losing a little step.
Mm-hmm.
So curious to see.
I mean, he's in a great team, great offense, great quarterback.
Josh Allen looks
so-
great. Josh Allen looks great. He does like to force the pass. If
Mhm.
Josh Allen can ease up on the turnovers,
Yeah,
I think that gives Stephon Diggs more opportunity to get some
that
more
happened
points.
towards the end too.
Yeah, he just
went off. On
he got wild with the throws. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm curious to see if he knocks those turnovers down, because that's been his big MO. I mean, you
Mhm.
look at his career stats year after year, the turnovers are a big deal. His interceptions are pretty
Yeah.
high.
Like I say, it was coming towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious. CD Lamb, of course, not a big guy. He's not gonna overpower anybody. I'm a little worried on Stephon Diggs because if he starts to lose a step, that's kind of his bread and butter, his quickness, his elusiveness, and he's not going to win jump balls. He's not going to go up there. He's not going to overpower some of these bigger corners, these free safeties.
He's very competitive. So even being at that age, he's that competitive. And with that team, with that offense, they're so close the last few years. I don't know. I kind of like it. I think he'll be up there.
What did he finish his last 5 games?
Last 5 games? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Towards the end, they fell off with Josh Allen turnovers, but yeah, 59, 40, 69, 63, and then the last game, 4.
That's what worries me right there, man. Are people starting to figure out how that offense is going to operate? Because I believe Ken Dorsey is still going to be the offensive coordinator next year. I'm curious to see how that's going to go.
But I don't know. I see that team as being up there again, and they're going to be hungrier, and the players over there, they seem very competitive, but towards the end, it's like maybe they're overdoing it. They're trying to push it too much to where they're turning the balls over, and it's like they just beat themselves,
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like to me.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. I think top 10, not top 5 maybe, but top 10.
All right, I'll throw this one to you. I'll throw the same question. Stephon Diggs or Jamar Chase?
Jamar Chase, man.
Because he did not make the top 10. And I want to see if you're going to say this guy's going to be a top 10 again.
But Jamar Chase missed some games.
All right.
That's the reason he didn't make the top 10, right?
Okay, how about this one? Stephon Diggs or who else?
I'll take him over CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, man. Yeah, of course. All right, so Stephon Diggs or your Jalen Waddle?
I'll take Stephon Diggs.
Just take Diggs over Waddle? Okay.
Just the fact he has a solid QB.
Mm-hmm. That's
Waddle, we talked about that,
his QB is the biggest question. His biggest question.
Yeah. Because they have a great duo.
I will agree that I think Stephon Diggs is a top 10 receiver. I don't think top 5 though.
No, not top 5.
I think he falls out of the top 5. I think he gets enough targets to get into the top 10.
There's few people out there that should be top 5 that didn't make it because of injuries and stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, top 10.
Top
yeah.
10 for her. All right,
Mhm.
so we both agree he's Stephon Diggs is a top 10 fact. Here's the biggest question mark. Here comes number 3, and this is the biggest question mark going into the offseason. Davante Adams.
Yeah.
Is Davante Adams going to get that production? Because now you got no quarterback. You don't know who the QB is going to be.
Yeah.
There's so much speculation out there. I don't know. I'm curious because if it's going to be one of those New England type offenses we've seen Josh McDaniels run, they spread the ball around.
Oh, what a waste of talent if that happened. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And they paid him huge money. When he got there, they gave him a 5-year, $140 million deal. He's 31 years old. I think he just turned 31 just after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a cap-friendly contract right now because I think he's going to make $6.3 million next year. And I think it goes up after that. But they do have an opt-out after the 2025 season. I'm curious to see how this goes. Because I know they'll opt out after 2025 because he will be an older an older receiver.
Mm-hmm. But he's so talented.
He's very talented. He's very talented. But do you believe in the Raiders system to get him the ball enough for him to be top 10?
I think as long as they give him the ball, he's gonna make it happen to make it top 10, at least for one more year. He's getting up there in age, but he's very talented. He's a very smart player. You know, and that team's gonna be trailing, so he's gonna get the targets.
Okay,
you know. So
you're going fact?
Yeah, I'm going fact top 10, not top 5.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna go fat. Okay. I think he falls out just because I don't think they're gonna go a veteran way. I think they're gonna go the true Raider way and go get a rookie quarterback. And I think you know who I'm thinking. The man, I can't. We'll discuss more about this, about the rookies come next week. We'll talk about rookie QBs that we like. But that was Anthony Richardson from Florida. Everybody's he broke the record for the high jump. And, I'm like, what the hell has that got to do with being a QB, man?
Yeah.
I don't care about his physical attributes. He's got to stand in the pocket and throw the football.
Exactly. Can he throw?
And the man threw, what was his overall? He's got like 21 touchdowns and what was it? Something like 19 interceptions. Yeah. He's thrown for under 3,000 yards. And he played for like 2.5 years.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, 1.5 years. I'm sorry.
So now they're looking for people that could jump.
I didn't get it. There was like a big thing. It was all over Twitter. And I'm going, what's the big deal about this? Like the man, broke the record, broad jump. And I was like, who cares? Yeah. He's the QB.
Yeah.
I did like one tweet. They said, oh, great. Is he going to perfect the jump pass?
Yeah.
Because they got like video of him. He's dunking the ball from the free throw line. Great, the guy can jump.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with playing quarterback in the NFL? And he didn't really do it well in college either. So I don't.
With that kind of stat is not that good.
I don't know where people are drawing these. How he's going to be a top 10 pick? They're thinking that the Raiders take him at number 7. It's like a Jamarcus Russell all over again, buddy.
Yeah, they're just gonna be throwing money away.
Exactly. Man. So I'm curious. I'm gonna go fad with Davante Adams. I don't think he's gonna get there. I think the QB situation. I think the Raiders just shoot themselves in the foot, and I don't see him getting back.
I think top 10, man. I think it doesn't matter who's throwing. They're gonna be trailing, man.
Yeah, but the problem is, have you seen him throw the ball? The man didn't complete 50% of his passes.
Oh, God.
I think they said something like he would be the first top 10 QB taken that did not complete 50% of his passes.
Wow.
I'm sorry, if you can't get the ball to him, what's Davante Adams going to do? He can't catch everything. It's got to be in his direction.
Yeah. Maybe he might get lucky and get traded somewhere.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see it. We'll see what the Raiders do. The Raiders just always.
Steelers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go. All right, number 2, I got a little more faith in Mr. Tyreek Hill. Miami Dolphins is number 2 on the year. 29 years old. He's set to make a huge amount of money next year. I mean, his deal was even more prominent than Davante Adams. He got that 4-year, $120 million deal.
Wow.
I think he's set to make some good money coming. He's going to make some good coin this year. What do you think?
He's talented.
I think too much talent there. I don't care the way that scheme runs there. I don't think you need a great quarterback, and he is the number 1 option. And with his skill set, at this point at 29, I'm going to say he is still a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, for a fact, I believe his quickness is like, man. I think that's the key. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be open. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
He's gonna find a way. He's got too much speed and too much ability where he's not gonna get open.
And that's his like what do you call it? He's so proud of that if you look at him on social media or YouTube or anything else, like he shows off that speed. That's his thing. You know what I mean? Like how quick he is, how he does his routes, and how he could get open. And on top of that, he has Jalen Waddle next to him too. So
yeah, I think that'll be enough just to get him in the top 10. I think there's too much talent. I think, I think we both agree. I think Hill makes it in the top 10. I don't think Waddle does.
Yeah.
I don't think the quarterback consistency. I think they're gonna listen. Tyreek Hill's just got a huge different kind of skill set. He's
just a different breed.
He's got too much experience. He knows how to get open. He proved that. He's proven that time and time again,
over and over. Yeah.
So I think he is a top 10 guy, even though the quarterback play is going to be kind of suspect with Tua. You know, how healthy is Tua going to be? Is he going to be able to stay healthy? Can he take the hits?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
you know,
they messed him up.
Do they keep the run game together? Because that run game was very prominent. It was very good.
I think a lot of injuries over there. The whole team, the whole offense is fast.
Yeah, the whole offense is fast.
That thing just went down because of injuries, you know.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I don't know if he's a top 5 guy again.
I say top 10.
I think top 10. I mean, he could be in the top. He's one of those guys I could see if it goes well and Tua stays healthy, he's a top 5 guy. If he's dealing with if Tua deals with injuries again, he's possibly a top 10 guy. That's the way I see Tyreek Hill.
Right now in the top 10 field so far, I think any one of them could be top 5. So I cannot say, oh, he's gonna be guaranteed top 5, but top 10.
Yeah,
top 10. Yeah, for sure.
I got you. All right. Yeah, I like Tyreek Hill. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, man, he's a different
especially at the start
breed,
of the year. Everybody thought that he was going to because it was all Mahomes that did it for him. And boy, he came out and proved that wrong. That's
he
for sure.
Definitely did. Yeah, that was my QB receiver number 1.
Yeah,
on my other league. So
see.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We're going to move on to number 1.
The truth,
Mr. Justin Jefferson.
The truth,
the man I took.
Yeah.
As the first receiver off the board.
Yeah, the truth, man. He's the truth, man.
But the problem with Justin Jefferson, he did have some dead weeks. Like, they were like, he just didn't show up. Like, they didn't even try to throw him the ball. It's too funny, but it cracks me up. It cracks me up to see him. I mean, and he wasn't even the first receiver taken in this draft.
No.
You know who was taken before him?
Who?
It's his teammate. Jalen Reagor.
Like I said, who?
Philly took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
Yeah. So Justin Jefferson entering a final year of his rookie deal, same as CeeDee Lamb. If they do exercise that 5th-year option, it is a $19.7 million year for him. I think they're trying to get a deal worked out so they can figure out what their offense or what they're spending. Because I'm not sure I believe Kirk Cousins' contract's up after this coming season too.
This guy's the only guy I think be top 5 next year.
Yeah?
I think this guy's that good.
Oh, he's good, man.
I think he's that good.
That catch he made against Buffalo?
Oh, yeah. And if you look at like the other teams, right, they all have a great duo or a great QB, great system, whatever. I don't see much on this team except for Justin Jefferson. Definitely top 5 for me.
Yeah, I think for sure top 5. I think there's just too much talent there. Can it be more consistent? Because it's either like wide receiver 1, 2, or 3, and then there's this dud of a game that you're like, where was he on the field?
Yeah,
you know, what was the game? What was it late in the year where I think he only had
one reception for 3 yards.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know what I mean?
But, I mean that's just kind of some of the things you'd see out of Justin Jefferson here and there, and you were just like, man, if you can get more consistency, he's going to be dominant. But, he's going to be
even with like he has like 3 or 4 bad games.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, you know, if you look at his the total yard, like 1,800 yard, 128 reception. You know, it's crazy numbers. Even with having like 4 like dead games where he don't even. All combined, probably like 100, not even 100 yards. White fish in the background.
White fish in the background. But yeah, Justin Jefferson, I like the deal. What I worry about him going further down the line is who the quarterback's going to be.
With him, I don't even care who's the quarterback. They just toss
Yeah.
the ball in the air. I think
Because it's. I'm curious to see if they can get somebody better than Kirk Cousins.
I'm sure they could. Wow.
How dominant can Justin Jefferson be?
Oh,
But here's the
even
thing.
with old Kirk Cousins, he did this type of numbers.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins is great as long as they're not playing in prime time.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Oh,
it.
is that those games?
That's those games. Those are the games where Justin Jefferson disappears.
Yeah.
It's a primetime game.
Oh my goodness, man.
Those are it's the curse
man.
of Kirk Cousins, man. He just does not get there when it comes to primetime.
I hope they don't have too many prime time next year. Gee.
I'm curious to see. So we've got that. I think we both agree he's going to be a top 10 guy for sure.
Oh,
He's
top
a fact.
For me, top 5.
Yeah, I think that's a lock. I think. So we've got a couple guys. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 guys that we both agree on. There's one we're torn against.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely there's 3 guys we don't think are going to make the top 10. Who do you think fills those positions? Give me 3 guys.
Okay, Cooper Kupp.
Cooper
one.
Kupp.
You got what's his name? Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Who's your third? Because it's curious.
Garrett Wilson might be top 10.
Garrett Wilson.
I don't know. I think that team's gonna be a sleeper next year.
I think that team's going to be really good as long as they can figure out the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Because if Zach Wilson's going to be their quarterback, I don't like Garrett Wilson.
We'll see.
If
they're
anybody
gonna go
else,
if they're gonna go after
I know
the
they're
veteran.
They're trying
we'll
to
see.
get Aaron Rodgers there.
We'll see.
He hasn't
Man,
made a decision yet. I mean, I thought he was going to make a
If
decision.
he goes there, that team's gonna be up there, man.
I think the team could be really good. I
They
think
got a
the
lot
team
of young talent.
got a
over
lot of young talent. Good running game.
there. Yep.
O-line looks good. Defense is solid. Great weapons. I mean, they've got like
Mhm.
3 studs for receivers, and they got a solid tight end.
Yeah.
Does it work? Does Aaron Rodgers go to the Big Apple? Does he want to go to the Big Apple? Can he handle the Big Apple?
Well, if he's looking for a way out, yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping Aaron Rodgers go because that'll be a team to get out to and like build quick.
Yeah.
You know. They got
No,
some
I like
weapons out there.
your pick on the Garrett
Mhm.
Wilson. It's a sophomore year. Usually, guys make a
Mhm.
pretty good jump their sophomore year. It's going to be interesting. I mean, there's no big rookie wide receivers coming out this year, but I think Garrett Wilson's a big one. I'm curious to see who else. I mean, you got like Debo,
Oh, there's
who's got so much talent. How is he going to be used in San Francisco going forward?
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. But I think Garrett Wilson's got a shot. I think somebody like Debo Samuel could possibly have a shot. I think Chris Godwin,
Yeah, there's
Tampa, depending on who goes as QB down there.
Yeah, you got receivers from San Diego. You know, Seattle receivers.
I'm going to give you one. You said Garrett Wilson. I'm going to go with the other rookie.
Olave.
I'm going to go with Chris Olave.
I know. I was looking at him.
I'm going to
I
go
was
with Chris
looking at him,
Olave.
man. Trust me, I was looking
Because
at
that
him.
kid is good, man.
He's good.
That kid is good.
He is good.
I think another one outside look at, and it's going to go fit in our tag team kind of perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it? Jameson. I can't remember his name.
Jameson, was that Williams or?
Yeah, I think it's Jameson Williams from Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, he was hurt all year, but you saw in his
That
first
kid's
game back,
good,
that
man.
kid would have been the first receiver off the board had he not been injured.
Oh, really? That kid's quick.
That kid is so good.
And he's really good.
Yeah, he's really good. So
Yeah.
I think those are going to be the guys to look out
So,
for.
I mean, there's so many to choose from.
It's
Even
hit or
the veterans, man.
and you gotta look at
any
the-
one of them can make it to top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to look
You
at the
know?
QB play. You got to look
Mhm.
at the system, which we'll get into our rookies breakdowns next time on the show, and then we're going to get into our coaching changes and how that's going to affect a lot of people. So we'll dig deep into those moves, and we'll see what we think and who we like. And listen, we got a big off season. We're going to do some mock drafts after the NFL draft happens next month.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll do some
Okay.
mock drafts on there. We'll do a show with a mock draft. We'll see how that works out. And
Yeah, that'll be fun.
we're going to have a good time this offseason. But that'll do us for today. And we will be back to you. We'll get you another show out here based on our rookie QBs. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the show. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please rate and review us. Let us know what you think of the show. Thank you, Lee, for joining the show again
No
this
problem.
week. And hopefully you can join us next time, buddy.
All right, got it.
We'll see you guys next time, guys.
Later.